invites.
Boris, we've talked to James when he's been on about being in camp with the Packers. What take us back to your experience with the Falcons when you got the call. Did you have an agent? Did it just come straight to you? Like, how did that all unfold?
Do you have a minute?
Yes, we do. We got plenty of time. Let's do it. We got plenty of time.
Okay, so I had a mini camp. I had an agent initially, and then I had a mini camp invite. So I wasn't signed or anything. I went there.
Did they? I'm going to jump in from time to time because it's what I do. So I apologize beforehand. Did they pay your way there, or do you have to get?
Oh yeah, they pay for everything there. Yeah, just
so you're not getting a paycheck. But they're not making you pay to get there.
No, nothing like that. So I'm there. Me, 20 other invites, and they got the free agent guys and we got the draft guys. So I come there, and the whole time before I got there, I thought I was going to play inside linebacker because of my I was inside linebacker, 3-4 inside linebacker or 4-3 outside linebacker. I get there, I saw the depth chart. They put me at a same position I was playing in UL my senior year. I was pretty much a D end in the NFL at 230-something pounds. I was like, wow. So I went there, and then the person opposite of me was Vic Beasley. So the coach was telling me in meetings, because we're in different meeting rooms. I'm with the linebacker, he with the D lineman. They would tell me, okay, so wherever you go, Vic goes opposite way. So the strength call, I go away from the strength call, he goes to the strength call. I'm like, perfect, got it. So first day of practice, I'm lining up. Vic Beasley's on my side. I'm like, Vic, go to the other side, go to the other side. Vic's like, no. Hey, you stay. I said, Vic, you're going to mess things up. And he did this 3 or 4 times. And I was like, man, I know I'm getting in trouble. These coaches are chewing me out, saying, boys, you're not lining up right. I'm like, coach, it's not me, it's Vic. And next thing you know, like after practice, I'm mad. I'm like, I'm an invitee, so I'm gonna get released, and Vic's just gonna get a slap on the wrist.
Right. Nothing.
So then the next day, I guess like the coaches got on him. Finally, when Coach watched the film, they said, "My bad, Boris. It wasn't you. It was actually Vic. He wasn't getting lined up." And I was like, "Thank you." So they realized it was him, not me. And I was like, I appreciate that. And Vic apologized to me. He was like, I apologize.
But that's the stress level for you who's there on a tryout.
Yeah, exactly.
Vic's got nothing to worry about.
Exactly.
He wants to get better, but he knows he's in.
Exactly.
And you're like, boy, if I do anything out of the ordinary, they could just tell me to go home.
Exactly. So that's how the first day went. Okay, got that out the way. Second day and third day, I probably, if it was like 8 linebackers, I was probably top 3 linebackers throughout the camp. Like that's what everyone's saying, consensus. And then the day before our last practice, because it was a 3-day invite, the last day we had it was a scrimmage, and the owner was there, everyone's there. The night before the scrimmage, the coach told me, Boris, you're going to play middle linebacker. Because I guess the middle linebackers weren't doing well. They're trying to find another piece. And I looked at the coach like, wow. And he was like, hey, man, and the more you can do, the more valuable you are, And I'm thinking to myself, man, I haven't never played middle linebacker before, ever.
And now
they make me play, and I don't know any of the plays or anything. I said, I'm going to see what I can do. And then he said, just fly around. I just want to see your speed. So the last day, I just played middle linebacker during the scrimmage. And I did what I could, And then they pretty much, they didn't take any mini camp invites. They didn't sign any of us. They only got the guys they had. And I missed the coach. He also said, so how did I do? He said, I liked the way you play. You had a pretty decent camp, and I'm going to try to get you back. And I said, all right. So 1 month passed, and then 2 months passed, and in between the entire time, I was trying to get rid of my agent. I feel like he wasn't helping me.
He wasn't hustling?
I feel like he wasn't hustling. How
do you get rid of him? It's like,
so all you do is just email the NFLPA the same email you sending him. Actually, James showed me how to do it.
Yeah, I did.
But James, but I think you told me you didn't have an agent, right?
I did at first, but he didn't.
So that's why you started representing yourself.
Yeah, basically, he didn't fulfill.
I feel like with you guys, and don't take this the wrong way, but you feel like maybe the agents look at y'all more as these sort of scraps rather than the big money guys, so they're not going to put the time in.
Exactly. I mean, for example, like mine, he would literally market one player on the email, and he will say so much about this guy. He's been released. Then he said, I also have these guys available. And he would just list us, the rest of us. So I'm on a list.
That's all. You're just a name.
Yeah, he said, I have these other guys who are also free agents. I'm like, you're going to market this heavily on one guy and just list the rest of us? I'm like, that's not even, you're not even giving us a shot. So from there, I ended up releasing him in that transition period. The next thing you know, he called me back. And the whole time he was trying to get me back when I got rid of him. He was trying to get me back. And eventually he called me back. He said, I got some good news for you. I was like, what's that? He said, I'm on the phone with Dwan Polk. That's one of the guys from the Falcons. Like, they want to bring you back they want to sign you. I said, oh, yeah? He's like, yeah, it's a big deal. And then I was like, thank you. And they signed me. The whole time he was still trying to fight me back. He was offering to sign me back for, like, no percentage. He just wanted me. I was like, I just said, I already released you. I already got rid of you. I'm not trying to get you back. So I just kind of like, thanks but no thanks. So I ended up not having an agent when I signed with the Falcons.
Oh, well, so you got to keep you got to keep it all.
Yeah, so
that was kind of cold, Boris. So he called you to say you're back, and then you were like, "Thanks, I'll see you later."
Well, he wasn't my agent at that moment.
I got you.
Yeah.
So you had already got rid of him. And so Pope called you personally.
Pope called him. I guess the Falcons, the NFL had figured out.
He at least did you a solid there. He didn't say, I don't represent you.
Yeah.
Why don't you take one of my guys?
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't do it himself. That would have been...
You wouldn't have known about it.
I would have known. It would be like, whoa. But the whole thing was...
You did him wrong, and he was actually a good dude.
That's messed up.
Looking back, I feel bad, but then again, I'm like, if it would have went any other way, I would have had that regret of why I could have tried someone else.
Right.
I literally found this guy off of Facebook. Like I wasn't, no one was looking for me. I literally
I need
seeked
to start
him.
representing somebody for real.
It's that simple. And this guy, he's a lawyer, so he doesn't really. It's not what he hustles for. He's just doing it as a side job.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And then you went to training camp.
Yeah. So I went to. It's like vet camp. And then you have the summer off, then you go to training camp.
Got you.
So I was with the vet camp. I showed up like a week late into vet camp.
So it's rookie mini camps, then it's mini camps, which they call
the vet camp. Yeah.
And then it's training camp.
Then it's training camp, yeah. So so after that, so I got back and I was with the team, and everyone's welcoming back. One of the coaches was like, "Man, you don't understand. Your linebackers coach was jumping on a table trying to get you back." And like I was saying, this whole thing was kind of weird because how I really got back was. One of the former players from the Falcons, he ended up, I guess, killing his girlfriend's dog.
What the?
And then he was a linebacker, so they released him.
And
And then so it was
the Falcons are bad news. I'm just telling you.
No, the Falcons released him. It was a linebacker position, so they needed a linebacker. So they
needed
I was
another
next man up. Yeah, so
right.
Yeah, so it was kind of like that's how it was. So then I came back for the vet, and I'm telling you, when I came with the vet, same story. They said, "Boys, do you were doing mini camp." I mean, I can only speak because it's like I don't. You guys don't have proof, but I can only tell you what I've done. So I was going there vet camp. I was doing what I was doing best, and I was actually doing pretty well. And then they said, "All right, come back. We're gonna come back in the training camp stronger than ever." I said, "Okay, cool." Then I was working out with Agent Peterson and his agent and them. I was just working out with them over the summer, and then I came here for I forgot why I came here.
To hang out with James.
Yeah, I guess so. I was in Reds. I did a bench press, tore my pec a week before I had to come report to training camp. A week before.
Dang.
So when I tore my pec, I was like, man, I said, it's over now. And I can't tell the Falcons organization I tore because what they're gonna say, they're gonna release me because it was outside of work. So
right. So you have to go and try to act like you got hurt there.
Yeah. So this is what I did. When I tore my pec at Reds. Thank God I just seen John Bruce. I just walk up. I'm like, oh man, you a PT? Yeah, I'm like, hey, evaluate me, man. Yeah, like what's wrong? He said it's hard to tell because you don't have no imaging. Be like, yeah, you might have like tore or something. I couldn't do a push up. Could not do a push up. Since then I was doing. I went to.
This is a week before.
This is like 2 weeks before. 2 weeks before. 2 weeks before. Couldn't make this up. 2 weeks before. So I went to Acadiana, like physical therapy with I forgot his name. What's his name?
I know you're talking. I forgot his name though. Mr. Paul.
Mr. Paul. So I went there every day in the morning. I forgot the guy. And I was doing like laser therapy, just to release all the scar tissue, and just getting better. I'm still couldn't do a push up. Then I said, all right, thank you. I came home that week before, still couldn't do a push up. The night before, one of my teammates from the Falcons, he goes to some guy who does like a chiropractic type thing or some type of medical technique where he uses like these instruments that like kind of like grasp your skin. He did that to me the night before. And before I said I couldn't do a push-up, I tried, couldn't do it. He did the little scraping thing. I did a push-up. I was like, whoa. I said, I only did one. I didn't want to do two and risk it. I said, I just need enough to get by.
But at this point in your mind, Boris Anyama telling us the story of his training camp experience with the Falcons. In your mind, are you thinking, I'm going to get this good enough to compete in camp, or I'm going to get this good enough to convince them to think that when I get hurt, it happened on the field.
Oh, to compete in camp, for sure.
That's what it was.
Yeah, for sure.
You're still thinking big picture.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So the next day I get there, and we had to do a physical test, for the weight room, making sure you've been working out all summer. So I get there. First night I told the strength coach, I was like, Coach, I'm a little sore, and I don't think I could do bench today. He's like, oh, no problem. And he said he thought I could do like that. I pretty much told him that. He was like, no problem. So therefore, at this point, no one knows, and I was supposed to weigh in, I think, like a certain weight. I was a little bit under my strength. My position coach, it's okay. Looked at the depth chart. I was second string. And second string on linebacker, and I was second and first string on some of the special teams. And one thing about in the NFL, when you're on special teams depth chart, you either want to be at the ones or the twos.
And I think for a guy that comes in on a tryout basis and then gets a contract, that's your best way onto the roster.
Yeah, exactly. So if you ones, you're guaranteed on the plane, and twos, you're like they like you. So I seen I was number 2 on some special teams. I was number 1 on some. I was like, whoa. But at the same time, I was kind of like, damn. I only have one arm. I can't do it. I'm telling you, I couldn't. I only have one arm. I was like, dang. So the first day of practice, I tried my best. After practice, my coach was like, what happened to you? And I didn't want to tell him. I didn't tell him because they all work together. I just said, man, I don't know. Next day, I jumped down to 3. And from there on, I was 3 to the end. And I was like, it was and the whole time I was like, shit. I was like, I can still find a way back up because I know the guy in front of me who I was beating out. I know I can still beat him out. The veteran guy was Brooks Reed. He was already guaranteed because they signed him, so he was going to be there. And I think like Schofield was going to be there. But then I was competing with this other guy for like the special team spot / special teams / like scout team in a sense, But I was for sure number 2 in the depth chart. And number 2s get a lot of reps. So I used it like that was like a blessing. I was like, okay, maybe if I'm with the 3s, I can let this heal up a little bit, and then I'll be able to play. And then at that point, I was more so like, I made this far, Lord. I just want to at least play one NFL snap. That's what I want to do. So eventually, I was with the Titans, and I didn't just play one. I played like 21, 22 plays. I was huffing and puffing. They had to give me an oxygen mask.
So you played 21 plays in a preseason?
No, it was more. It was 21 plays straight on top of special teams.
You still only have like one good arm at this point?
Oh, yeah, the one arm is still throughout. Even today, I still can barely bench.
You know what's crazy about that? When I watched that game, remember it was a goal line play, and you took on the fullback.
Yeah,
you couldn't tell that you had one arm.
Yeah,
now that you're telling me that's crazy.
Yeah,
because I don't know. That's just I didn't know all that.
This is wild. And then so they make their cuts from I guess 90 to 75
after the third game. So my whole thing was after the second game, I was like, okay, I was in this bond. I said people. I'm telling you, it's the scariest, the craziest thing. You wake up in the morning, you go to meeting, you see a guy sitting next to you in the locker room, and you go to lunch, you come back, he's gone. It's another guy replace him. And that's happening all the time. You're like then every day, you look at your locker, where's my locker at? But they move your locker to like the big boy locker room. You're like, oh, man, that's where it is. Woo.
Right.
So it's like they're making all these changes. You're like, I don't know what's going on. And then the whole time, you're like, they're messing with you because it's like, it's your number going to be called next. So then after the third piece, well, it was between the second and third, I said, man, I don't know if I should just like go all out in this one and just kind of like tear it and just have them do it, have them like compensate for me, or should I just
IR, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna go. That's amazing that you're going through this in your head.
Oh yeah, it was a constant battle between myself, and I was like, man, so I'm gonna see after this third game, and then after the third game, it was after the third game we were eating breakfast that morning, and I said at that point they had brought in another linebacker. They released a draft pick. They signed like in the 5th round the previous year. I was saying they were releasing guys in our room who were drafted, and they were replacing them. And at this point, they released another guy and then brought out another linebacker. I said, okay. And then I noticed that like I didn't get as much special teams play. I said, oh man. So at this point, I gotta make a drastic move. I think it's gonna be this practice. I think this practice. I'm going to risk it to get the biscuit. Man, before practice, I get a text message saying, coach wants to see you. It was me and like 15 other guys.
You should have said, I'll see you after practice. You should have just tried that. Just wait till after practice, coach.
Right.
That's wild, man.
Yeah. So then that's pretty much.
Now, was it Mike Smith that told you, or was
no? It was Quinn.
Oh, he was there.
Oh yeah, it was Quinn.